Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Video Tuesday. And so today for our video, we are going to be using some of the they're called Memories and More cards and envelopes. And so they're in the big catalog, the annual catalog, and they're actually called Texture Chic. So they coordinate with the Texture Chic bundle. But today we're not going to be using that. We're going to be using some a celebration stamp set, and also we're going to be using another stamp set from the large catalog called Sending Smiles. So we're going to be using Wonderful World, okay? And since that doesn't have any sentiments in it, we're going to be using Sending Smiles for the sentiment, okay? And I'm just going to be using one of these small, I love these little small, tiny fonts. And then they're just perfect. They have all kinds of nice things like a card to say hello. So today we're going to say hello. Okay, and we're going to be using some embellishments from the mini catalog that look like they're seasonal, but no, they really can be used for anything. So let's get started today. Okay, so the this is the Memories and More card kit, and it's not really a kit. It's a Memories and More cards and envelopes. And so it does say it's a kit, but look how many you get. You get tons of these. And so it comes with envelopes, lined envelopes, embossed on this side. They also have the card bases. And so the card bases are kind of large, which is fine. They're 4x6. Just because they're Memories and More, so they're designed to be a little bit larger, which is fine. You could cut them down if you want, but then of course the envelope would be a little big. So I'm going to leave them this size. I'm going to use my paper trimmer. I'm going to cut this down in a different way. And then I'm going to use my stamp apparatus to do some stamping using some of our sponge daubers. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to use this base, and it tells us the 4 colors that are in here. It doesn't tell you on the packaging, which, you know, sometimes I write it on here, but it's Soft Suede, Mango Melody, Petal Pink, and Soft Succulent. And so those are the colors that are in here and also in the envelope. Now, the envelope is so gorgeous, right? So I'm thinking, maybe I should use this as some designer series paper and cut it up, which is kind of what we do with Paper Pumpkin a lot. So let's do that. Let's cut this down. I am actually going to make this smaller. I'm going to actually make this a regular card size, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half. And I am going to, the first thing I'm going to do is, this is 4 1/4. Oh, wait a minute. 4 1/4 by, oh no, they're bigger than, that's weird. Okay. So 4 1/4, they're bigger than 4. That's interesting. Okay, by 6 1/4. All right, well, I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/2. And what's nice about our paper trimmer, right, is that it can cut through 2 pieces at once. So a little scrap there. And then I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to leave this 4 1/4. I'm going to cut this piece down 2 1/8. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this off like that. Okay, so I have this. Now, this white piece, yeah, it's very white. So I'm going to cut my envelope up. And I'm going to cut this down and use it on the inside of my card. Okay, so I need this piece right here, so I'm going to cut this down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And that should fit perfectly inside my card. I have this left over. Cool. I'll be using that later. Okay, I'm done with the paper trimmer. So what I want to do now is put this on the inside of my card, like that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and glue that on the inside of my card, putting a lot of adhesive on it. And make sure it's totally in that crease. I didn't line it up very good. We'll just make that work. Could have lined that up a little better, but I don't know. Do you think I can get that off? Ooh, I don't know. Sometimes this comes loose for a little while. Let's see. Ooh, yes. No. No. Don't do it, Trevis. Just leave it. I'm going to trim this off a little. This overhang, since I didn't line it up perfectly. Not thrilled with that little edge. I think I'm going to trim that down just a smidge. Hello, I just fixed my mistake. I usually say there's a way to fix it. Okay, so liking this the way it is. So now I got my card base ready. I'm gonna bring my Stamparatus over. And this stamp set is a cling stamp set. So I am going to take this away, right? Because you don't need this when you use a cling set. This is the foam that actually makes a photopolymer set work. But when you're using a cling set, the stamp set has the foam on it, right? So it has the thickness of the foam. So you don't need that, all right? So now I am going to put my paper in, and I'm going to decide where I want this. And I think I'm going to put it about right there. What the heck? There we go. Okay, got it attached. That's important because I'm going to use some different daubers. And I want to make sure that it, I'm going to use one of these magnets. I want to make sure that it doesn't move, right? Make sure that's not in the way. Perfect. Okay, so time for some ink. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up the flowers. So this is Petal Pink. And I'm going to ink up the flowers in Petal Pink. And the cool thing about the Stamparatus is, right, if it doesn't stamp fully, you have lots of opportunity to go back and add more ink and stamp it again. So I'm just pulling up some of this ink on the sponge dauber. So the daubers, I think you get 5 in a pack for $5. So I usually wash mine in between uses because I don't have one for every color. Okay, so now I'm just going to stamp this. Ooh, it's looking pretty. Needs a little more color. So now I'm going to use some Mango Melody. Gosh, that's so pretty. And I'm going to use a different dauber. Pull up some Mango Melody. Now I'm just going to do around the edges a little bit. To really just make these flowers pop. Let's see how that looks. I can always add more. Okay. Oh, I like it. I think it looks perfect. Maybe just a tad more right here. Yeah, maybe just a tad more right here. Let's see where that is. It's on this. Okay. Okay. See, isn't that fun that you can just keep going and going and going? So pretty. Okay, now I'm going to do these stems. And I'm going to use soft succulent because that's the colors it tells me are in the in this paper. So this paper has, as you can see, it has soft succulent, has Mango Melody, and Petal Pink. So I'm going to use a little easier to see with this color because it's green. So pretty. I love this stamp set. I really do. because you know I'm a flower girl. So what can I say? I love my flowers. Oh, look at that. Maybe do it just a tad. I don't know. Do you think I need to do it a little darker? Maybe. Get a little more right there. A little more right there. Not a lot. I think I'm just going to do it a little more. Ooh, I love it. Okay, we're done with that. Now, I don't know if it needs to be trimmed down just a smidge. It's pretty big. It's got a lot of edge. I could sponge the edges, or I could just leave it simple. I was going to border it, do a layer of petal pink. I think I'm going to trim it down just a little bit. Let me get my paper trimmer back. So originally it was 3 inches wide. I'm going to make it 2 3/4. 2 3/4 by 4. Yes, I like it smaller. Okay, so 2 3/4 by 4. So what size would I make this? So if you are not a paper trimmer person, so easy to use, but it does go backwards, right? So 2 3/4 would be a little bit bigger, would be 3 by 4 1/4. Okay, so if you do that, it's going to border perfectly. All right, so let's glue these together. Okay, and now we need our greeting. And as I said, I think I'm going to use a card to say hello. Would be a great sympathy card also. Comfort and strength. Dear, dear, dear. I think a card to say hello because, oh, hello, look at that. Something extra. I think the reason I like that is it's kind of an everything saying. You can still make it a birthday card by just, what color do I want? I think I am going to use soft succulent. By stamping the birthday greeting inside, which is sometimes really, really nice to stamp the birthday greeting inside. Should have synced up all the way. Oh yeah, see how cute that is? And what's cool about these photopolymer stamps is if I wanted that to be kind of arched, I could, you know, make the stamp do that. So you have versatility with these photopolymer stamps. Okay, that is done. I don't think I'm going to fishtail it. I think I'm just going to do it straight. And I have a little piece of petal pink. So I'm going to just border that with petal pink. Layer. Okay. And I think I'm going to pop that up with some dimensionals. Okay, so let's start assembling our card, and then I'm going to add some embellishments. So if I do this, how cute is that? Now I just want to do, make sure I put the adhesive on the right side because I've been known to go crazy and do the opposite side. Okay, so you just want to put it on this side. All right. There you go. And then we have our little sentiment. Card to say hello. I'm gonna put it right here. And then look at these embellishments. So these are they're called Red and Green Adhesive-Backed Pearls. Definitely more than red and green in here. But look at that. That's soft succulent. And I'm going to use soft succulent. But gold and silver is also in here. So I don't know why they just call it red and green. I think because they think it's very Christmassy. But let's just do some soft succulent pearls. And they are soft stick, so I'm going to put this one here. Okay, what else does it need? Nothing. It's perfect. So your card opens like this, okay? It's still light enough that you can write on it. If you wanted to, you could put a little piece of white cardstock inside, but don't really need it. Now, can we still use our envelopes? Yes. It's going to be a little big. So you can still use the envelope, but see, it's large. But if you have something you want to stick in there, like maybe you want to send this person a pack of pearls or something, you can stick it in there and you'll have plenty of room in your envelope. All right. So there is our card today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on Friday. Bye.